Three guys and a bear. I don't know what happened to Rob's team, except we kind of do. Oh, and here's
He has
Coach.
to have the last boop.
There it is.
Let him have it.
There it is. Welcome. We're in week 12. Everyone's having fun, right?
Oh yeah,
Time.
boy.
It's real fun over there in Jets land. Where listen, you were right. I believed in Aaron Rodgers, and man was I wrong. So the Jets have fired Joe Douglas.
Yep.
Rob?
Yep, they did.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
I mean, again, yeah. Like, look, I've said it the past couple of. I said it. I don't know when, with like maybe week 5 or 6, where it's like we're here. We're firing everybody. We're rebuilding again.
It almost feels mean to keep making you do this.
Yeah. I agree. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, because of like, you know, the Steelers, right? And you know, Paulo's fan of the Steelers on the represented in the podcast. They've had 3 head coaches over the course of their entire franchise history, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jets, I believe now, have had more head coaches in the podcast history.
They have, yes.
Yep.
I think, you know, looking from the outside in, it's a sign of instability.
Yeah, you might say that.
That's a very kind way of saying it.
That is a very kind way of saying it.
You know, here's the thing with Joe Douglas is he seemed like he was pretty solid on trades. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And he's decent on being frugal, which I guess is good for Woody Johnson. But he's bad at everything else. So that's a problem, you know?
I mean, if you're looking at it from Woody Johnson's perspective, he's the best at the job, because I think all Woody Johnson sees this as is how much money can I make, which I think, to be fair, is how he sees life. But like, yeah, A+ in that respect.
Yeah, no, they are frugal. He destroyed our defensive line, which was like the best part of our defense last year in the offseason, in order to get Hassan Reddick. And well, he's back, and wow. Gee, man. He's actually, so fun fact about Joe Douglas, he has, I believe, the worst winning percentage out of any GM in the history of Jets football, which is amazing because he's also one of the longest tenured GMs. So, and I swear to God, I bet you, I haven't looked in the thread yet, but I bet you if you look at the New York Jets thread, there are going to be people who are like just piously devoted to Joe Douglas. Like he's the savior of the Jets, and that they're
I mean,
missing out.
He drafted good at the very least.
Well, okay, so he drafted Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, and that's real nice. But then outside of that, he has AVT, who is good, but has been injured a lot.
Sauce Gardner.
And Sauce, yeah.
I mean, those are 3 pretty fucking good picks.
Yeah, but he's been here 6 years. You know, like you need to have a couple more. Like even like outside of that, right? Like it's hitting on players that are like, you know.
Well, you shouldn't hit on your players. That's
right. Yeah. No, that is a major issue that we need to talk about. No, I'm not going to defame him. Anyway,
if we go back 3 years ago, we had Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Elijah Vera
That's
Tucker.
a bad one.
Yeah, he's good.
Elijah Moore.
Not good. Not in the league anymore, I don't think.
Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Jamian Sherwood.
Yeah, he's not in the league anymore.
Michael Carter again, the second.
That's right. I believe he's still around.
Jason Pinnock.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
Hamza Nasiruddin,
Yep, no, not with the team.
Brandon Eccles.
I believe he's still like fourth string corner.
All right, great. And Jonathan Marshall.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
All right, well,
I do have I got a quick comment from the corrections crew. The corrections crew burst through the door just now. Elijah Moore does, in fact, still play and is doing quite well. He had 6 for 66 for Cleveland just a couple days ago.
Oh, that's
Just
right. He went to Cleveland. Yeah.
Well, there's the problem. He's on
not
the Jets.
Yeah, I think drafting wasn't the problem. Joe Douglas had a problem.
So here's the thing. I do think that drafting was the problem with GM with Joe Douglas, and my point that I was going to make earlier was that hitting on good players like early in the draft, that's great. And look, that's something the Jets haven't had for a long time. You can watch there's a Jets draft blunders compilation video on YouTube that's hilarious. If you're not a Jets fan, it's just sad if you're a Jets fan. So hitting the clear player that like everyone says is great. Sure, that's nice, but that's a really low fucking bar to clear. You know,
you'd be surprised.
Oh, I would not be surprised.
Don't clear that bar.
No. Believe me, I am not in any way surprised by that. Again, you can watch the Jets blunders video, and you can see videos of Jets play, because remember the draft used to be held in New York, so there were lots of New York Jets fans at every draft. So they would regularly chant who they wanted, and there would be commonly players that are like blue chip players. This guy's guaranteed to be good. One of the most famous ones was when the Jets fans were shouting, "We want Sapp, we want Sapp, we want Sapp," and the Jets came out and used their first round pick on a fullback. So I understand. I believe me, I understand being able to take those players is a bar to clear, but it's a very fucking low bar to clear.
Real quick, have you guys, sorry, I just want to jump in. Have you guys ever gotten this error on YouTube? Because I searched for Jets blunders and it said there's too many results. Like that doesn't happen, right? Like that.
Yeah, the YouTube search is awful. Yeah. I guess my point isn't so much like being like, oh, you should like these drafts. I think the coach hiring ability is such a more glaring issue. Like it's like the issue.
I agree with that,
like,
but
that's
I still
so bad.
I'm with you, but I still haven't finished the point that I was trying to make. Okay, so my point is hitting those good players, low bar to clear. The other thing that you need to do as a GM is get role players with the rest of the draft picks. Douglas has not done that. He did a couple of years ago. He got like John Franklin Myers, and he was solid. And then they got rid of him. So like he's only gotten a handful of role players, and that's what good GMs do. Good GMs keep their players on the team. You know, like you can look at Green Bay. Green Bay drafts a lot of players, and most of them stay, and they just stay and they just get trained the whole time. They get developed.
Yeah, they get a lot of late round picks that become. In fact, our entire offensive line is typically like 3rd to 5th rounder.
Yes, and that's where you move from like okay GM to great GM is a guy who can find players who are gonna play for the team on those rookie contracts late in the rounds, and he was pretty much terrible at that. So I think his drafting overall was not very good. But I also agree with your other point that his head coach search with Robert Saleh was terrible. However, I will also mention that if you look at the like main NFL fan base on Reddit, at least, they all for some reason think that the Jets spoiled Robert Saleh and he's this great genius that
he's good at defense. He
is.
No
he's going to be a great DC again if he goes somewhere. But
well, he's on the Packers right now, so
I know. Yeah,
like well, the difference in the Jets, the difference in the Jets defense without him has been so obvious and apparent that it's embarrassing almost.
I mean, you could even look at the stats that he had. I mean, now, okay, so at the beginning of the year, let's be honest, Robert Saleh's defense was not very good, which is disappointing considering
it wasn't as good as last year for sure.
It was not just not as good as last year. It was bad, unfortunately. It's worse now, admittedly, much worse. But yeah, and then that's unfortunate. However, I will say that over the course of his tenure here, we had the best defense that we've had since Rex Ryan, which is nice. But I also like scoring points because you kind of need that to win the game, and he just couldn't do that. So
My favorite thing about Rob's Jets misery is that it's so well informed. Like it's easy to be upset as a Jets fan, but like he knows on a much deeper level what could be and how it's not happening.
Well, I mean, I've just watched from
just
from doing this podcast. Like, it's a marvel to watch Rob just like break down every year the Jets, and it just somehow just loops.
Yeah,
it's like frustrating. Like I feel like we watch the Bears, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's literally the Bears.
It's no. Well, there's a humor in the Bears' misery. Like the Jets is just like this sucks. Like this isn't even fun to laugh at anymore.
It's like the difference between like watching children try to play football versus like watching adults like pull the football away from Charlie Brown before he comes to kick it. Like, it's not. It doesn't feel good to see it.
Yep. And you know what it is too is that like, and this is why I started calling the Jets season a couple of weeks ago before you guys did. Is because what usually tends to happen in these situations, and why I know that this happens with the Jets, is when things get real bad, we don't have like a, what other teams call a winning culture here at the Jets. So what tends to happen when things start getting bad is all the players start, figuring out their exit strategies. Oh, they start calling their agents. Oh, do I request a trade? Okay, I'm on this contract for this long. I shouldn't give 100% here on this play because I might get injured, and that just, it happens every year. Like it's just because, and I don't blame the players either. Like that's smart for them. You're on a shitty team. You should just get your stats so that you can get paid somewhere else. And the Jets have proven over and over again, even under Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas has proven himself to be a GM like this, and this is not unlike the rest of the Jets franchise, which makes me think that maybe Woody Johnson is involved here. But the Jets don't pay their stars. They just don't. When we have good players, we don't give them a second contract. We say, okay, go play somewhere else.
Yeah, when's the last time that happened?
Jamal Adams, maybe. And then he got traded immediately after.
Isn't
Dude, you know how
Mekhi Becton was the first round pick, and he's on the Eagles or something.
Yep. Yeah, he got bumped off. I mean, in fairness, he was never playing, so that was the thing with him. But like, I think we paid Quinnen Williams, and that's nice. So that's good. That was a couple of years ago, or maybe last year.
You know how like teams in their facilities will have quotes up on the wall to be inspiring, like it's like we don't do these things because they're hard or because they're easy, but like the Jets, their quote up on the wall is just "oops," all lowercase, no punctuation.
Yep. Look, as long as the Johnsons own this team, it's gonna be like this because.
Which is funny because that's what the Bears fans also say. They're like, as long as the McCaskies own this team, it's gonna be the same. It's just Who would
I mean, we have seen the difference it can make. Like it plays a large role.
Yeah, it's like if you have Jerry Jones as your owner or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and Jerry Jones is one of those meddling owners too. It's just that one time his meddling worked out real well for them, so he's been validated since then to continue meddling. Yeah. And like, Woody Johnson is also a meddler. Yeah. 90s with the but Woody Johnson's also a meddler, owner, which it constantly leads to the Jets doing stupid, horrible shit.
Well, that leads me to say, who do you want next? Like, what kind of GM and coach are you looking for next?
I would look to.
I mean, we kind of talked about this last week too, didn't we?
Probably.
Like, I feel like we landed on Rex Ryan as one of the better candidates.
I don't think.
That's for head coach.
Want Rex Ryan? I feel like you probably
want Ben Johnson.
Yeah, you want Ben Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about head coach, If we're talking about head coach, I would want an offensive guy, Ben Johnson, obviously.
I actually like thinking about it. Ben Johnson would actually be like, he'd be good for everyone, but the Jets especially, because you have all these weapons that just are not getting used well at all. Like even if Rodgers retires, if the Jets can find like a Jared Goff, like a quarterback that's not particularly desired somewhere, I don't know, man. That could be a quick turnaround.
It could if they weren't the Jets.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. But
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think you get a guy in here who actually wants to look. If you don't get Rex Ryan, somebody with Rex Ryan's energy, that's the only thing that has managed to. Because when Rex Ryan came in, the Jets were still the Jets, right? Like they were like we are now, just a joke across the league forever, right? Rex Ryan came in and he said "fuck you" to everybody and was screaming, talking about eating hamburgers and whatever, and his team fought for him, because everybody could tell that the Jets are stupid and shitty, and nobody wants to come play here. Like the only benefit that you get is you live in New York City, which is dope but also expensive. So it's not that much of a benefit. And then so you need a guy who's going to be able to. That people are going to be able to get behind, because otherwise they're just not. If you get like these quiet reserve types like Robert Saleh or Todd Bowles, it's over. They won't be able to do anything with the Jets, because everybody's just going to be like, fuck it, I'm out,
Dude, I really like imagining like them doing like one of those ESPN panel shows with there's a husky on set. It's just
she likes to just eat the cats, and the cats just swipe at her, and then she makes that noise when that happens. Because they're like, please don't
protest.
Yeah, well, they don't make any effort to run away. They're just like, don't eat me. Like, this don't. Like, I don't want this right now.
It.
And then she's like, no, but I want that. And then that's when the noise happens.
Yep.
Well,
that's great.
That's our Jets talk for now.
Yeah, they also lost their game.
Yeah, right? They also lost their game.
Yep.
So we had some injuries. Let's see who was injured. We had
I hurt my hip.
Bears injured, yeah.
Oh no,
I'm hurt. I got a heating pad strapped to my ass right now.
Was it a run up the middle?
Yes.
I think he's day to day.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Brock Purdy, speaking of which, is day to day with right shoulder soreness.
That's not good.
That's
a lot of people saying that the Niners are probably just not going to make the playoffs, and I kind of believe it.
It's not looking good. We got
never a guess, dude. Jesus.
I honestly think it's starting to wear on them from going so deep in the playoffs the last couple of years. That was their big theory, and then like it's just like losing Super Bowls, going all the way there and losing. It's like it's wearing you down. Yeah.
Counterpoint, Madden curse. Just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
We had plus a lot of injuries on top of all
that. That doesn't help.
No. Darnell Mooney, hamstring. Apparently not serious, though. Gabe Davis, Jaguars out for the season. Doesn't matter. Adam Thielen, hamstring, might play for the Panthers.
Okay. Probably also doesn't matter, but sure.
I drafted him, and he hasn't played. He hasn't scored a single point all year, so that'd be nice.
George Kittle is still with the hamstring. He's practicing lightly, not sure. And then Nick Bosa also hurt. Hamstring will be questionable versus Packers.
No, I hope it's worse than that.
And then that's all I got on this list. Anyone? Any other injuries?
Oh, I also hurt my eye.
Oh yeah, that's
I got a stomach ache.
Yeah, that's not good.
My legs are kind of sore. I took a long walk yesterday.
Oh man, that's hey, you're gonna be down for the whole week.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, we had football games.
Football.
Also, the Dallas Cowboys stadium's falling apart.
That was fun.
Big sheets of metal falling from the sky.
That's hilarious. That shit could have hurt somebody, though.
Yeah, we laugh at it, but it's like this would have killed someone.
That's actually just like extreme wealth incompetence because of Jerry Jones is like a multi-billionaire. He doesn't have to be putting people in that kind of danger.
If you're gonna like shake a city down for money, at least use the money on the building being alive.
Said, tape it back up. It's fine.
Dude, I wonder if they. I mean, I'd have to imagine you would be able to sue the Cowboys, but like
you can get a healthy settlement. I bet.
Yes, if you were injured by that, you would 100% be able to sue them.
See, but what I wonder is, could you sue the city?
Oh man,
that is a legal question for a lawyer and not us.
Yeah, but give me your best legal ballpark guess.
No.
All right.
Probably not.
Not no. The answer, no, I won't do that.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
I'm going to say
I'm still
yes.
legally not culpable by saying probably, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot Daniel Jones has been benched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more out of just protecting him than it is like.
It's also bad.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think they're benching him to be like, you suck. We're going to let DeVito play.
Dude, it's crazy that they're going to DeVito and not Drew Lock. Oh, are we going to do the squeaky toy now?
I mean, I feel like that would improve most ESPN panel shows, to be fair, if they were to do that.
Get some squeaky toys.
Yeah.
It would be fun to see some of them actually play with squeaky toys at the table.
Yeah, actually, no, this is the show now. Let's just do that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, get Gronk on there for like an hour just playing with squeaky toys.
Oh, he'd love
perfect.
it.
He would love that. We Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush Thanksgiving, folks.
It sounds
that is what?
I'm sorry. It sounds like a crying baby.
So yeah.
That's the entire NFC East watching that match.
Yeah.
Watching that match.
It's crazy because she locates the squeak part of the squeak. It's a big toy, but it has a squeaker in the center. Yep. And she finds the best way to grab it to hit it as quickly and as much as possible.
Our dog does the exact same thing too.
That's very efficient. I appreciate it.
Surgical.
Well, speaking
we'll just start introducing new elements of noise pollution all throughout the show. By the end, there's gonna be like a squeak and like a siren going on.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
We already got.
We got it.
We got Rob's chair.
Yeah. Did
there
we
you go?
Yeah. I can do a little.
Little squeakerino.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just started muting just because.
No, I mean
it's all good.
We could also add the slide whistle. Did anybody get a slide whistle in the meantime?
Oh no, I forgot. Damn
Shit!
Oh my
gotta go get it.
We tried. We did a whole bit. And nobody got a slide whistle.
So much to prioritize that. Now I'm so mad I forgot.
Unbelievable.
There
you go. All right. We had the Commanders versus the Eagles on a Thursday night.
This game sucked.
Yeah, this game sucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Eagles scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, and before that couldn't do fucking anything.
Yeah, this game was like built up as like, oh, good Thursday night game, good Thursday, and then it was just so boring and like nothing of interest happened, and it sucks because it's two good teams. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
it was.
I am a little worried about the Commanders, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I know I'm trying to be really like sincere, and then the squeaky toy makes that seem a lot less.
I think the most telling thing is that Jaden Daniels is now in an offensive rookie of the year conversation with Bo Nix, where if we did it a month ago, that would seem insane.
Well, I mean, we also just have to look at the teams that the Commanders have beat, and the list isn't particularly good. It's like Carolina, Chicago, the Giants twice. They lost to Tampa. I think the Bengals. Did they beat the Bengals? I don't know. This Washington schedule thing.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals. Browns and the Cardinals. But they don't have as good of a strength. Oh my god, I can't believe it. They don't have as good of a strength of schedule as we thought they did. So they might be a little fraudulent.
Yeah,
they're on fraud alert.
But they're also, keep in mind, this is a team led by a rookie QB who, remember, at the beginning of the year, we did not expect them to do as well as they're currently.
Well, he's getting that CJ Stroud effect, dude, where it's like all of a sudden the expectation is there because he's shown that he has that capability.
Yeah. I was going to say, this very much reminds me of like last year's Texans
team.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they can make the playoffs. They can maybe pull out a wild card win, and that's like their peak, essentially.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I definitely don't have faith in them to run the table, but I do see them being a playoff team still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We still have never had a rookie QB Super Bowl, right?
Well, Joe went to the Super Bowl in his rookie year, didn't he?
Not his rookie year.
Was that his second year? Oh, okay.
I think it was his second year.
The Commanders do play the Cowboys twice. the Commander, or they play the Titans, and they play the Saints, Falcons, Eagles. So I mean, they got some winnable games up there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anything, that's a really light schedule. Cowboys twice, Titans, Saints, Falcons. None of those teams are like that. That's mid or worse on all of those teams.
Yeah.
So it's just one more game against the Eagles, and yeah, this is a really easy schedule.
Yeah.
They're divisional though, but
I mean, like on either side of, or like in either conference, the 7th seed is like wide open. So even if they falter a little bit, they might still make the playoffs anyway.
Well, I mean, they could win the division because I mean, you look at the Eagles; they play Rams, Ravens, Panthers, Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. So like, if they lose Rams, Ravens, Steelers, and then lose to the Commanders the next time they play, like they could easily lose the division.
It could be, like the division might be up for grabs at that point. That game could decide it.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting down the stretch. Really, this game was Saquon Barkley, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He erupted at the end. Yeah, that was nuts.
That was really the deciding factor.
Yeah, if Derrick Henry wasn't having the year he was having, that Barkley would clearly be the I mean, I don't know about offensive player of the year, given a couple of other players this season, but he's up there in the conversation for sure.
Yeah. He's such a fascinating player too, because he spent so much of the beginning part of his career just injured, not playing. But like when he plays, he is just it's just another level, like
he was also playing for the Giants and he was able to do the shit he was doing. So like, take the fucking weighted training gloves like he's been unleashed to a certain extent here. And this still isn't even the best scheme for him. He's just lighting it up.
I will say it's pretty funny how everyone was like, running backs, don't pay them. That's a waste of money or whatever. And the top 3 running backs right now are all the free agent running backs. It's Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Jacobs are like 1, 2, 3. So,
absolutely.
So it's like, listen, if you're a good team and you need a good running back, like you can pay a running back, and that, I mean, if you're a bad team and like you probably don't go out of your way for paying a running back, but like, people act like it's a waste of money. I don't think it's a waste of money.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, the league is definitely not that type of league anymore, but I mean, if you look at a lot of the best teams, like the 49ers, not this year, but like what they've been doing, how they've remained solid was just being a zone running team, just playing like just solid running football and throw the ball when you need to.
Even last night, look at Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Bengals. Exactly. The Bengals are like, man, we wish we had a running back. It's like, well, you did.
Yeah.
And he's gone. And now they're like, man, we really should have paid him. So it's
and Saquon actually, I think it's important to note, is he's the highest drafted running back for a long time, right? I mean, he was the 2nd overall pick.
Yeah,
I think
2nd overall 2018.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time.
I mean, that's tough to beat. I don't know, has a running back ever been taken 1st overall?
Oh yeah,
probably.
But back in the day. Way back when, like when it was a different, like before the 90s, probably.
I think it was Ricky Williams with the Saints, right?
Yeah.
The Saints traded all their draft picks to get him.
I'm looking through the history. Yeah, there's Saquon at 2. There was Leonard Fournette for the Jags at number 4, and then Zeke at number 4. Todd Gurley at number 10, Trent Richardson at number 3. That's right. I remember that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people will remember that one.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Darren McFadden, number 4. Adrian Peterson was 7th. That's interesting.
Wow.
Oh, Reggie Bush at number 2. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Ronnie Brown at number 2. I don't even remember who that was.
Oh, that was the Dolphins. Played with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott was 4, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a few number 4 and number recent. 5, but then like way back. Yeah. Oh, Kijana Carter, 1995 was the last number 1 overall running back.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you say Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. LaDainian Tomlinson was 5. Yeah. There's a lot of good running backs.
Yeah. Good. But it's like it's rare to even get a top 10 have a running back in the top 10. But it seems like based on that list, generally pretty good. That seems like 60-70%.
As long as you're not Trent Richardson.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, Reggie Bush never did as much as he was
better than Trent Richardson.
He was better than Trent Richardson for sure, but and then a couple of the other guys too. But that seemed like a 70%
there's a lot of
hit rate.
solid names on that list though for sure.
Derrick Henry was second round, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Dolphins, we had Raiders Dolphins, and I don't know why I picked the Raiders.
I told you.
Yeah.
I said, don't do this, Krendor. And then you did it.
Yeah, I did. They have Brock Bowers. He's good.
Brock Bowers, like, straight up is going to be my, like, this person should win the Rookie of the Year award because QB shouldn't always win everything for free. He's insane.
Dude,
he broke the
I was
rookie tight end reception record.
We haven't talked about him hardly at all this year, and we should have been because holy shit, he's good.
Yeah, he's been lighting it up this year.
He's already like a top tight end.
In my
he might
eyes,
be the best tight end right now.
If Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix continue to like either like if they don't do anything else the rest of the year, then my vote will be for Brock Bowers because my God, like we always overhype QBs way too much in award season. So I don't know. You should get recognition for being that good of a player as a rookie.
The Raiders.
On the Raiders, he's doing it with like Gardner Minshew as quarterback. That is insane.
It's like the lone, like shining bright light on that team right now.
Yeah.
I do want to say there is another rookie guy if we're talking about non QBs that we'll get to later, but Lad McConkey too.
We also have not talked about him nearly enough.
Yeah. I mean, he's potentially going to break 1,000 yards this year, which hasn't been done since Garrett Wilson. Puka.
Well, speaking of that, Brock at the moment through 10 games, 70 catches on 89 targets for an average of 10 yards per reception, 706 yards, and how many touchdowns? 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
If
he's
he
on
breaks
pace for 1,200 yards.
Yeah, if he breaks 1,000 yards as a tight end on the fucking 2-8 Raiders, he
As a
100% deserves Rookie of the Year, and it's going to be a travesty if he doesn't win it.
Because I mean, he's been having Gardner Minshew to throw to him the whole time too.
Yeah, and Aiden O'Connell, like no one. There's no one throwing to him.
Yeah, and this is also why I not that it's so easy to do this, but like if you have a rookie QB and you have a solid tight end, that is the number one guy. That's something that I think is like super important besides like offensive line is getting a solid tight end because they're big, they don't run complicated routes, they're easy targets, they don't go super fast, they don't make intense cuts. And they, I mean, we've seen it the past couple of years too, like the growth of the tight end position to being like such an important receiving role too.
Yeah,
with,
but it does require like a very special kind of player. You know, like most tight ends don't do this stuff because they can't, and they're the best. Like they're the fucking best in the world at this.
Yeah,
and even still, there's like a different class of player that is not only able to do that regular tight end like blocking role that is most common for them, but also is this huge additional playmaker.
Yeah, and it's like they're a lot of times they're either good at receiving or good at blocking, and then it's like the crazy ones that are good at both.
Yeah, I actually don't know. With him, is he any good at blocking, or is he mainly a receiver type?
Oh
guy?
God, I don't know. I haven't watched fucking Raiders games enough to
me
give you an
either.
analysis of Brock Bowers' blocking capabilities.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Because their running game is terrible anyway. I don't even think it matters.
Oh no. I'm reading. Sorry, I just saw a post on the Jets subreddit 8 months ago. You want to talk about Jets draft blunders? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Brock Bowers generational? New York Jets draft film review.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
the fans knew.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had Aaron Rodgers and like all of that'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Dude, Raiders leading rusher, by the way, Jacoby Myers, 1 carry for 20 yards.
Yep. Massive day for the Raiders on the ground.
Madison with 5 for 19, Zamir White with 5 for 9. Like, oh my God.
It's bad.
Might as well not even bother. Holy shit. I mean, the Dolphins weren't much better.
I mean, the
Dolphins 17 for 73, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, you got 3 touchdowns through the air. Who cares, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, it's this was I don't know. I picked the Raiders.
Yep.
What's the Dolphins playoff chance?
Well, I mean, we're talking about that a little last week. It's slim, but it's not
9%.
nothing.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing 12% on NFL.com.
That's what I was looking at too.
I think that's too low.
It does feel kind of low, but
it is the AFC. You know, like if they're gonna, they would have to either win the division, which is that still possible?
I don't, but I think we can rule that out.
I mean, the Dolphins
they can still get in on the wild card.
Oh yeah, no, they already played the Bills twice. Yeah, no, there's no way they win the division.
They play the Patriots, the Packers, the Jets, the Texans, the 49ers, the Browns, and the Jets. So like,
they can win all of those.
They can
win all of them. They have 5 easy games. So give them 5 wins. That gives them 9. They're in the running.
Yeah, I think they're contending.
And if they steal one of the other, like Packers, Texans, Niners, Rams, all winnable. Like I wouldn't say they're easy, but they're definitely winnable. They get 2 of those, and they get to 11 wins. I think that I think it's totally possible.
I do. Yeah. I can't see them winning every game. Like it's insane.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah, but I mean, you know, getting Tua to Tyreek Hill, I don't know. I think you got the potential for that.
I think out of their 9 games, I think they could get 7 of these. I think that's entirely within the realm of possibility.
I'm wait. I have 7.
Oh no, their schedule's stupid. 8. Yeah, there's so many. I look at the subreddits to see the schedule.
Back in fucking time, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, no, I look at the subreddits and they're fucking stupid and they don't make any sense. So wait, what is their record right now then?
They're 4-6.
So they just played the Raiders. So 2, 4, 6, 7 games.
Yeah. 7 more games. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 easy games. Okay, no, it's a lot harder than I thought. I guess.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting here like, no, this is totally possible, man.
And then the Broncos play Raiders, Browns, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs. So I think they probably go 3-3.
That's hopeful.
They would get up to like 9 wins ish. Colts are at 5-6. They're the other playoff team potentially.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals are like another 9%. But they're looking a little rough.
Colts have a pretty easy schedule though. They got the Lions next, but then they got Patriots, Broncos, Titans, Giants, Jags.
Yeah, I still think the Colts are good though.
Yeah, I do too.
No, I don't think they're good.
I also think the Colts are good. Thanks for saying that.
I think they're really bad. I mean, it's going to come down to, you know, if we're assuming these division leaders are standing, you have Chargers, Broncos, Ravens as your wild card comfortably right now. Broncos less so. I don't know. It's tough, but I think Broncos are the most snipeable of that group.
Yeah. So no, I'd agree.
It's possible.
It is possible, but they really got to go on a run.
Yeah.
And stay healthy. That's probably their other big thing.
All right, we got to move on. I want to yell about Taysom Hill.
Perfect. All right. So we had Saints, Browns. I knew this was going to happen.
We've absolutely had this conversation before, but how the fuck is there only one Taysom Hill in the league? How is he the only player like this?
I will 100% take the 40 points he scored me in fantasy that won me my game.
Wow.
No team has, like, much less a player capable of doing these things, but even someone classified this way. You know what I mean? Like,
he's literally, like, in college they do have this kind of
a skill position kind of thing, right?
Right. Like, it's just they're listed as athlete.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. That's Travis Hunter, the Colorado
Travis
player.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, is there one right now? That's I don't know.
It's Deion Sanders' team, the one he's coaching. It's the
right. Team. Yeah, I mean, having guys like that is, I mean, but it is usually only a college thing. It's weird. But however, I will say with Taysom Hill, he's like, Tim Tebow was the prototype, and Taysom Hill is like this is the ideal
result
of what
trying to get this.
It's the ultimate life form, right?
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, superior being. Yeah, exactly.
basically, the lizard is Tim Tebow, and Shadow the Hedgehog is Taysom Hill. I got it.
That's right. They had sex. There's a whole sex scene.
There's a crossover here. This Venn diagram, it's not separate circles. That's all I'm saying.
No. But yeah, and it's also important to note that he's 34. You know,
like, yeah, that's what blows my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah, and this and everyone knows it's coming. That's the other thing. That's one of the things that's another thing that I do like about good running teams. You know, I had that once as a Jets fan, and it's nice. Is when you have a good running game, they can know exactly what the fuck you're doing. It doesn't matter if you can't stop it. You know, like it feels different when they just have no
I don't
recourse.
know why. Like it doesn't it doesn't make any sense that he's that much of a difference maker that, like, despite that, he's still doing these things. Like he put up a line in this game, 7 carries for 138 for 3 TDs, 8 catches for 50 yards. Like that's not unheard of. Like people like Breece Hall are putting up those lines every now and then. Yeah. But he's not a running back. He's a fucking tight end. Like it's insane.
And he's only
he threw for 18 yards.
He threw the ball too.
Yeah.
He threw an interception, but still.
He threw a pick,
It's insane that he got 40 points in fantasy and also lost a fumble and threw an interception. And still got 40 points.
Like no one else is putting up, like it's so wholly unique and so predictable yet so unstoppable. And this is the only team that has that.
By the way, this game was 14-14 until the fourth quarter when the Saints scored 21 points.
Yeah. Browns are poopy, by the way.
Yeah. They are. Jameis Winston
they deserve to suck.
But yeah. Jerry Jeudy, 142 on TD.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Cool.
Not bad.
MVS actually went off again. 87 yards, 2 catches, and a touchdown. He had a big
that was weird. Where the hell did he come from?
Had another big catch again for like 60 yards or something.
Yeah,
dude, the one Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like if only, man.
Yeah,
we're so close.
So close. Yet so far. Speaking of which,
could have got Randall Cobb.
Oh, here we go.
The Jets and the Colts. Anthony Richardson came back. He threw a touchdown.
Oh, dude, real quick though.
He ran for 2.
Shout out to my guy, Anthony Richardson. He's back, man. I think the bench helped him.
And what did I tell you?
He's back.
What? No. Baby. He is 100%, and I can tell you why. I've said this on the podcast before. You've heard me say it, right? We do this to QBs.
You revitalize them.
Yes, we do. We did it to Baker Mayfield. Actually, Baker Mayfield is because of us. That's why he's like this now.
Anthony Richardson had some of the worst passing stats in the entire league before he was benched. I'm not buying it until he plays some other teams.
Pre-break and post-break categories.
He has learned. He knows what it's like. He's seen true misery and doesn't want to be that.
Also,
he's looked into the gates of hell and he's learned.
I said this is where we'll send you if you don't play.
Right. Exactly.
This was the game where the Jets player caught it and then fumbled it right away, and then they ran it in for a touchdown, right?
Yep.
All right, just making sure.
We're at the point in the season, and honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself if I'm truthful here, that I made it this long before they were relegated to red zone, but they're in red zone now. They live in red zone for me, the Jets, and well, they weren't there very often. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, good for you, buddy. You keep trying. You're out there. You're pumping your fists. You're saying JETS, Jets.
Just end the suffering. Yep.
And they just keep letting you down.
Got some big stats here. So, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers, who became the second quarterback in Jets history to begin a season with 11 consecutive starts of both below 300 passing yards and below 30 points, joining Joe Namath.
Yep. We can't have it. We cannot have a good thing.
It's also the first time in Jets history they lost a game in which they scored 25 points, had less than 15 penalty yards, and committed 0 turnovers, which has only happened 5 times in the NFL since 2000.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I think that the New York Jets have made me a believer in some sort of divine being ruling over the universe. And the only thing that I know about this being is that he fucking hates the Jets.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah, maybe he's
he probably
he's
has
football
leftover
gods
magic.
begotten
Yeah.
son. Yeah.
I really like you presenting that so matter of factly. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, it's him.
Well, we
He
discussed
just
the Jets.
came here to walk the earth.
We discussed
yeah.
them enough.
We've gone over
Yeah,
that. in length.
yeah, no. It's,
But hey, you know what? Aaron Rodgers will be back next year, and then maybe it'll be different.
I know he said that. Don't hold out hope for this.
He has a cabinet position to fill, man. He's got to get out of here.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So then we had Vikings, Titans. Which,
Boy, this Minnesota team's kind of limping across the second half here, huh?
this is kind of what I expected the Vikings more to be. They're still good, but it's just, they're not looking like that team of early where they're like blowing people out and going insane.
Yeah, we're having our second half of the season. Vikings come back, and it's like, now we're back to normal.
There they are.
Yeah. By the way, 13 penalties for the Titans.
Oh yeah, there was a sequence. The one of the Vikings touchdowns was completely fraudulent, and it was entirely the refs. It was actually disgusting. Like, I don't remember the exact sequence of events, but it was literally like 3 straight penalties that did not exist, and they kept bringing Gene Steratore on, and he kept getting progressively more fucking pissed at the calls to the point where he was like, "Yeah, guys, this isn't a penalty. This shouldn't have been called. It just isn't." And he talked over the touchdown too. Gene Steratore was like, "Yeah, and this isn't a penalty, and yeah, he goes in for the score, but yeah, this is dumb. This is stupid. I hate you. The refs suck." And it was bad.
Huh.
And we still just pretend that it's okay that this shit happens. I don't know why.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Further proof that the football gods have a sense of humor is the fact that now the Titans have the longest play from scrimmage in the NFL this year with the Westbrook Akine 98-yard pass from Will Levis.
It was pretty funny. They're also in second place right now in Tankathon, only behind the Jaguars.
There's a lot of shitty teams this year, dude.
There's so many
There
bad
really
teams
are.
this year.
It's to the point where the NFC playoff picture is almost set.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not surprised.
it's every NFC playoff team currently is at like 82% or higher, except the Falcons at 73 and the Cardinals at 65. So like,
Yeah, we have 2 divisions that are undecided, but the wild card, assuming those 3 teams continue to win, they're just so far ahead.
Yep.
yeah, like even whoever wins and loses this week, we might just see like the playoffs, the NFC set, and just like seeding is all that matters.
Yeah.
It's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, this game was boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a fun game.
Oh boy. Here we
Yep.
are.
Here we go.
Packers, Bears. Folks, it is real fun to be the Kansas City Chiefs for a week. It's real fun. It's like
it
you
feels
play-
nice to get the undeserved wins, huh?
Yeah, like you play like ass the whole game. I'm like, you know what? I wish we had that black magic like the Chiefs, but we don't. And then it happens, and you're like, dude, this is awesome.
That was a special moment in the group chat of Krendor just spamming keys on his keyboard, getting the hell out.
Yeah, it was literally me typing that out, being like, man, I wish we were like the Chiefs with black magic. Then me being like, blah, 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 black magic.
Like casting black magic, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking in tongues.
This
So
was...
fucking poor Caleb Williams, man, because
Yeah.
he really did drive him down the field for the game-winning score against their hated division rivals, and then holy shit, that is a heartbreaker.
Sure is. He played well. Here's the thing. As much as I keep bashing Caleb Williams, like, I still don't think he's bad. I still think it's just coaching. Like, he needs to be coached.
Yeah.
And he kind of reminds me almost of a Baker Mayfield when I watch him play. He's got a good arm. He's mobile. The big thing today was his mobility. And they got a new offensive coordinator, all right? So they fired their previous one. And he did a thing where he made Caleb Williams throw the ball fast so he doesn't get sacked. Or he would do a run-pass option and then have Caleb Williams scramble because he's actually fast. And our defense, who throughout the ages has struggled against mobile quarterbacks, and I don't know why. In fact, somehow, I don't even know how we beat Kyler Murray this year. It was mind-blowing. But, like, they just couldn't stop him. It was the Bears had, God, where is it? 9 of 16 on third downs.
Yep.
They were 3 of 3 on fourth down.
Yeah.
The Packers were 1 of 5 on third down and 0 of 1 on fourth down, and we won the game. That is,
yeah, you guys lost the turnover differential. You lost the total yardage. You lost the time of possession battle.
Yep.
And you still won.
Yeah. This was, a lot of people are like, Jordan Love threw the pick. He did have a bad pick, but it wasn't like Lions, Rams bad where he's falling away and throwing it. Like, this was just he overthrew the ball. And it's like, what are you going to do? It slipped out of his hand a bit. Like, whatever. It was like in the red zone, which made it worse. But like, aside from that, he threw for like some insane throws. Christian Watson, 150 yards. They were running the ball real well. Josh Jacobs had a touchdown. He was running. Love ran one in himself. He's obviously getting healthier. This game was like all on the defense. The defense sucked ass. Every time we needed a stop to get off the field, they didn't stop them. And it was so infuriating. It gave me flashbacks to Joe Barry last year. It was just death by 1,000 cuts. It's like, just let him score at this point. Like, just seriously. It was like, I was going insane. And then the final drive of the game, the Bears get the ball. They're down 1 because for some reason earlier in the game, we decided to go on in fourth down and not kick a field goal. And we would have been up 4, although at this point, maybe it's better we didn't. I guess LaFleur's logic was he said they had so few possessions, he wanted to just like get as many points as he could. So like, I kind of get it. But we failed a 2-point conversion to go up 3 because I swear to God, if he runs another jet sweep on a 2-point conversion, I'm going to blow my brains out. And then the Bears get sacked. The Bears get sacked again. It's 3rd and 19. And guess what happens? The Packers give up a 16-yard play. And then guess what happens? They convert on 4th down to get into field goal range.
Those were big-time plays from Caleb. That was a dart. That 16-yarder, that was a hell of a throw.
Those are really good throws. Like, that's the reason you draft him at number 1. Like, he can make those plays.
Like, he showed flat. Like, I was really impressed by that. Like, I'm starting to see the number 1 pick justification.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, he does those plays, and you're like, wow. But then you see him earlier in the game, and he has a guy wide open, and he sails it like 5 yards past him, or like he misses. Like, it's very sporadic. But you get those insane plays where you're like, wow, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, for coaching and development comes in.
Exactly. Yep. So then, the way the Bears do this, you have one of the best 40-yard and under field goal kickers in the game. He hasn't missed a kick within 40 yards. I think in like years. And the Bears are 46 yards out. And you know what they do? They run the clock down. They don't try to pick up some more yards for their insanely accurate kicker. They just say, what if we just kick it from here? I know we have a timeout and there's like 40 seconds left and the Packers defense has been giving up yards all day. But what if we just kick it from here? And that's what they did. And it turns out the Packers coaching staff, Rich Biasca, special teams dude, said whenever the Bears kick field goals from beyond 40 yards, they noticed that the kicks were low. And he said before the game, if we don't get a blocked field goal this game, I'll be upset. So, like, they already knew. And then it happened. So it's just like, again, coaching. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Yep. And that pretty much, it puts a wrap on the Bears season of just being so close yet so far. But that's the thing. There's so many games where people are like, oh, we almost had that one. Well, that's the thing. You didn't. And that's what
get it.
That's what separates good and bad teams. Like, look at the Chiefs. Every game, you're like, oh man, they almost lost, but they didn't. They won.
Look at the Bengals.
Yeah, look at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like the NFL is such a competitive league. It comes down to like inches almost every game. Like how many games get decided on field goals? Like,
well, it usually does. Apart from the next game we're about to talk about.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
When real teams play each other, it can.
Right. Yeah.
When strength of schedule is considered.
But
strength of
I'm really not that worried about the Packers. I think they're gonna. If they get healthy, they'll figure it out. I think I like the coaching. I know Jordan Love's got it in him. I think he's still fun to watch, even though he's had some bad interceptions. Like, he's still been really good. He's made big plays. I think the defense will get a little tightened up. And listen, we didn't win our 7th game until December 25th last year or some shit, like Christmas. So we're already at 7. So I'm feeling pretty good. And that's that. And the Bears' off-season hype has come crashing down.
It's looking pretty over for Bears.
Yeah.
It's too bad they had to feel like there was hope.
I think it was more fun.
I feel so much empathy for Bears fans, honestly. They feel the Packers honestly, even though the Packers haven't won as much as the Patriots as far as like rings,
right?
They've also just been this same thing for 3 QBs now for them.
Yeah.
That's how many years is that? Like 30 years?
We also have mini Lamar Jackson and Malik Willis just on the bench.
Just in case. That's just not fair, man.
It's almost like franchise stability and planning and consistency and preparedness are very important to a sports organization.
And it's the only publicly owned NFL franchise.
Yep.
And look at that fucking stability that has provided for that 30 years.
Yeah. No, it's they very much are kind of Patriots of the NFC without the Super Bowls. Well, we got a couple.
Dude, that would be the dream, is if Woody Johnson sells the team and it somehow becomes publicly owned.
Yeah, that's a fun fantasy.
Publicly run. Yeah. Like that'd be sick.
So as we've broken down, the Bears at 4-6 now play the Vikings, Lions, 49ers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. So it's over, folks. Yeah. Then speaking of the Lions, they might be the best team in football.
Okay, so
yeah.
Apollo, I know that you look at the Google page when you're looking at these games, but in case you guys don't, I just wanted to show you guys this chart, and this is all you need to see when it comes to this fucking game, man. Like, complete and total domination. They had like nearly 500 more yards this game than the Jaguars.
Yeah.
449 to 129 passing, 196 to 41 rushing, 8.5 to 3.5 yards per play. Oh my God.
This is simply what happens when a good team plays a bad team. A real good team plays a real bad team. This is the result.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever get a little, if I ever sound like upset when my team wins and they're beating a team like the Jags by like 4 points, and I'm like, this isn't good enough. This is why. Yeah. This is why. Because this is what it looks like when things go the way they're supposed to.
The Lions allowed 0 sacks and never punted.
Yep.
I mean, there's like almost nothing you can say about this game because of
there is nothing you can say. There's complete and unquestioned dominance. The Jags had no business in this game at all.
I will say that Goff and Montgomery helped me beat Rob in fantasy this week. So
Goff did 24 of 29 for 412 yards and 4 touchdowns. Again, video game shit.
Yeah. Also, as just a side note for the fantasy, I'm really sad that if I had started Juwan Jennings, I would have won.
Yep. That you would have.
It almost hurts more, or like it definitely hurts more when you know you could have had the win. If you lose and your bench doesn't have it either, it's a lot easier to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have been really sad if I.
Like our game was 146 to 140.
Yeah, dude, like, Nixon almost took it.
We'll save it for the fantasy.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Jaguars, Doug Peterson said, "If you're gonna point any fingers, point at me."
Okay.
I think we are.
it's not your fault that Lawrence is injured, but everything else is your fault.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's literally just like, listen, guys, just fire me.
Yeah.
Like he's at that point almost.
Yeah, I might be too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sunk ship, dude.
Yeah. Cool. The Rams played the Patriots. They won.
Matty Stafford, dude.
They got a little close there at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
we keep saying the Patriots aren't bad. Drake May is legitimately pretty good.
He's actually a good quarterback. Yes, he was one of my favorites in the draft.
He's doing fine. You know, let's wait a little bit before he says he's a good quarterback. I think
no. I want to do it now.
Well, my thing is, when Mac Jones was playing, he couldn't throw the ball further than like 15 yards. Drake May loves bombing the ball.
You motherfuckers talked about how good Mac Jones was for like a year and a half. I'm not going to accept that, okay? I was the only one saying he was
did
bad.
win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, okay, and he's now on the Jags getting scored 52-6 on, so...
I went to a Patriots game and saw him outplay Tom Brady in person. How am I not supposed to feel like that's a good quarterback?
He's right. But I think, like, for Drake May, from watching his draft stuff, I thought he was good, and now he looks good. So, like, that's why I'm a Drake May believer.
He looks. The reason I would say he looks good is that he doesn't have a team. There's no team there, and he's performing. Like, even though his numbers are mid, I mean, his team is mid, so that's fine. Like, I don't.
I was loving like better than I ever thought he could.
He looks like Bo Nix early in the season. You know. Where like, because I mean, I was even saying it when he beat the Jets earlier. Is like the stats weren't great in that game, but like he just looked solid, and I think Drake May does too.
I mean, dude is on the Patriots. He's played 6 games. He's got 1,200 yards, 9 TDs, and 6 interceptions. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's solid. Again, way better than I expected.
Yeah.
Stafford, meanwhile, just keeps fucking lighting it up, dude. Like he's got his weapons back, and he is just ready to rock.
I think
Puka had a nutty catch in this game. In the end zone. That was so sick. Like he just showed up and was the guy and is still that same guy. Like, holy shit, what a draft pick for the Rams.
The Rams need to win a lot. And I
think the Rams have a way better chance than the Dolphins. I think the Rams are making the playoffs. I think they are going to make the playoffs.
They might win the division. They're only 1 game back from the Cardinals.
I think the only way they get in is
I think they have a perfectly fine shot at the wild card.
In their condition, I think they might actually be like the best team in the West right now.
I think if you're the Packers or the Commanders, you should be a little. Even the Vikings, like all three of these teams have not looked very good the last couple weeks.
Here's my issue with that: the Packers are 2 games up on the Rams and beat them already, so hold the tiebreaker.
That's fair.
Vikings are 3 games up, but they did lose to the Rams, but they'd have to like shit themselves. The Commanders are the one I'd be like me, but even then, we just talked about how their schedule is not even that bad.
Schedule check. Okay, no, the Rams schedule is really hard.
Soft.
Yeah, the Rams.
They got Eagles, Bills. I mean, Eagles, Bills are the only like really, really hard ones, but even like Niners is not going to be an easy game. Seahawks are not going to be an easy game. Cardinals not going to be an easy game. So
I mean, even the Saints at this point.
The schedule is very hard. So I don't. That makes me feel a bit less optimistic about their chances.
Yeah,
but at the same time, McVay and that receiving core, that's like
and Washington's schedule's easy. Never mind.
But I mean that is one of the
division. They're only a game back of the Cardinals. Like that's probably their way in, if any.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Where did you guys
NFC West?
Where would you put their receiving core in the league? You know,
like
they're
top
1,
5.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah.
I think last week I said that 1-2 is the best 1-2 in the league. And I stay with
Evans and
Godwin. We got Evans,
Godwin.
We
Addison,
got
Chase Higgins.
Chase and Higgins, yeah.
Chase Higgins is better. Yeah, Chase Higgins is better.
Chase Higgins might. Well, yeah.
No, Chase Higgins is definitely better.
I mean, it's just it's because Chase is so good, though.
Yeah, but Higgins is also
I mean, like
Chase
Toby
is just
and
so
Parker
good.
is
We
better
forget
than most other duos too, right?
Like we're talking about the Bengals not being able to afford Higgins because he's also really good.
I mean, he fucking showed why in this last game, dude.
Yeah. So the top 5, but probably like 5th, honestly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Cooper Kupp's getting old, and he's great, but
he's still good.
He's not Jamar Chase.
Worse, though.
He's not.
He's not Jamar Chase. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Honestly, Evans Godwin's probably one of the best if they don't get hurt.
Yeah, true.
Definitely.
And
they've been good forever.
Yeah.
Who's Justin Jefferson?
I mean, there's
Addison.
Waddle Hill, even though they haven't really had a great year.
Yeah.
Last year, I would have said Waddle Hill.
Yeah, Waddle Hill is actually a good duo.
The thing is that you have Kupp and Nakua, and they're both like insane, like very high end wide receiver 2s, like top, like number 1 wide receiver 2s. They don't have the Justin Jefferson. They don't have the Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Lockett Metcalf is another one.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's a good
That's
one.
a solid one.
Speaking of solid, Pittsburgh Steelers.
They did it.
They did it.
They beat the Ravens.
I was saying halfway through the game, like you don't win football games kicking field goals. The Steelers do for some reason. I don't know why. 3 times they've done this. 3
times, right?
Chris Boswell is like the first kicker in NFL history to kick 6 field goals in 3 different games, I think.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I might be getting that stat slightly wrong, but I think that's it. And he's I want to start this by talking about Chris Boswell. He is like we have all, like, if you had said who's the best kicker in the league, the answer was Justin Tucker every year, easily, and there was no argument. I wouldn't have made the argument. Now this year we can start going, well, like Tucker's having a bad year, and Chris Boswell is like, Tucker is like bottom 5 in the league this year.
Oh, he's doing real bad.
He's having a
I'm
terrible
so glad
year.
I drafted him.
Drafted him real early too.
I drafted him early because he's like, oh well, if there's any solid kicker in the league, it's Justin Tucker.
I mean, you're not wrong. Back then, you absolutely weren't wrong.
Yeah.
Boswell is like, in my eyes, I know I'm a homer, but like easily special teams player of the year this year. He like Tomlin said something. I don't know if they do, but they should.
I'm pretty sure
they should.
But like Tomlin, I think he was quoted saying like he's happy that Boswell keeps winning, or he's happy for Boswell that he keeps winning special teams player of the year, but he wishes he didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I wish he would stop so that, like, he wants to score more touchdowns, right? So that Boswell wouldn't even have a chance at getting that award, was his point. So like, yeah, it's crazy how good Chris Boswell is. I can't overstate that he is the best kicker in the league right now.
He's
like his
29 of 30.
Yeah, he's missed 1, and that one was like a 62-yarder. So it wasn't even like his one miss was bad.
So they don't have a special teams player of the year. I thought for sure they did.
I just Googled it. There is none, no official one in the NFL. Their into teams do it. Like, so it seems like the Ravens have a special teams player of the year every year.
Oh, but I wonder who wins that one every year.
But
they made it just for Justin,
right? Yeah, but they should have that. I think that would be. I mean, why not? I mean,
it's worth acknowledgement. Absolutely.
But like the main Boswell, he's like 85+% on field goals, 50 yards and over. Like he leads the league in field goals, 50 yards or over, in terms of completion percentage.
Wow, and he's 100% on extra points this year too.
He is
96.7% on field goals. That's absurd.
He has one of the highest. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. One of the highest percentages of all time, behind like Justin Tucker and like maybe 1 or 2 other kickers or something.
Yeah.
He's absurdly good, and I'm only saying that because you don't want to take kickers for granted, because we've seen what happens when you don't have a good kicker.
You got plenty of examples of that this week.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, as for the rest of the game, I mean, the Steelers are now, I will say, they are a good team. Like there's no doubt in my mind. They are good. But there are still problems to solve for sure. The red zone offense didn't exist. We did not have a red zone offense. Honestly, this game shouldn't have been close. Like the Steelers had like 3 of their 4, or no, was it half? I think it was 3 of their field goals were like in the red zone, which is terrible. Like, you don't want to make 3 trips to the red zone and not score a field goal. There was a 4 trip to the red zone, and Wilson threw a horrible interception that I want to watch it back. I don't know if you guys are looking at the footage like you do usually, but like Darnell Washington was in the end zone. He's like 92 feet tall. He's like one of the tallest players in the league, and he did not even jump. And I think Wilson was expecting Washington to make a play on it. So I think it might have been more Washington's fault than Wilson. But still,
when was this? Sorry, I want to scrub through real quick.
It was late in the fourth quarter. Not late in the fourth quarter, but it was in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Like it was one of those like where the Steelers were about to put the game away kind of deals. And yeah, I don't know why he didn't jump when he's that tall. But 4 red zone trips and 0 touchdowns is bad. So I would like to see that improve. But other than that, the defense basically told the number 1 offense, either that isn't the Lions, to go fuck themselves. And Derrick Henry had a bad game. Lamar Jackson had a terrible game.
Yeah.
The defense just played lights out, and that's the only way they were winning with the way our offense was playing. So it's good to see. But I just want to see all these pieces come together. We got Thursday night football. We got Cleveland. If we don't drop 30 on Cleveland, or at least if their offense scores more than 1 touchdown, I will be mad. I will be really mad.
Dude, you guys are going to lose this game. That's just such a Pittsburgh thing to do, is fucking go on a Thursday night football and lose.
Like, right after that, I was like, good teams do this. Like the Browns have no offense. Jameis Winston is bad.
I almost want to pick Cleveland in this game. I want to break my Cleveland picking streak. It feels so perfectly trap based.
But yeah, the Steelers are good, and
so
we now have like a very, very high chance of making the playoffs. This team, in my eyes, like, okay, let's fix these last couple of problems and turn this playoff run into a Super Bowl run. Like, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're Super Bowl run
starting to
there
think
yet.
But
I'm like, this is a great situation to be in, where like we have time to iron out these last few issues and make this team a Super Bowl team. So let's do that.
Also, I linked
I just saw it. Yeah, he just straight up stood there, dude.
He is the tallest person in the world. So, like, I don't understand.
I will say, from what it looks like to me, I'm looking at it in the slowest, the 0.25 speed, and it does look like it's a perspective thing from where the camera is.
Oh yeah, I can see what you're saying.
It looks like the defender's like several feet actually behind him. I don't think he actually had a chance at that ball. Like you can actually look, he kind of stretches out.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, it just looks different from the shot.
Because it does look like it from that perspective that he should have been in range potentially.
Boy, imagine we were a video podcast, dude. That'd be wild. That'd be super helpful.
That'd be crazy. So yeah, then the Ravens shit themselves.
Yes, the Ravens offense. I mean, we've said this a million times. Like, Lamar Jackson cannot beat the Steelers. He just can't.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's weird.
Remember when they traded for Deontay Johnson? He has 1 catch.
Yeah, he did not catch a single pass. I think he even had a drop in this game as well. Not a good revenge game. Patrick Queen, fumble, strip fumble, and recovery, which led to 3 points because that's what all of our drives did. And then Peyton Wilson. I told you guys, and during the draft, our like 3rd round pick, Peyton Wilson. Watch out for him. Whew. He's having a season, and he looks great. And he had an incredible interception this game. Like, the ball he ripped the ball from the receiver's hands and they were falling to the ground.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, I love like we have not had that like tough as nails linebacker squad in a while on the Steelers. Like, either we get a good one and they get injured or we just didn't have them. And this year we have that like stud linebacker crew, and it's awesome. It feels so good to have those players playing tough.
Oh, that's
Lamar,
right.
by the way, is 2-5 against the Steelers in his career. His last one was in 2019.
You guys probably was shocked if you didn't hear the statistic already. What do you guys think like the record is for like Steelers versus Ravens over the last few years?
50-50.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
The Steelers have won 8 of 9.
Wow, really?
It's not what you'd expect.
So Tomlin just bodies Harbaugh. Basically.
Yeah. So in the past, before this stretch, it was like 50-50. But the last like 5 years, it's all Steelers.
Wow.
Can we get one more RIP for my pick'em that I decided to change 5 minutes before kickoff? If I had known all this stuff, I probably would have kept it.
Yeah.
Well, then we add Seahawks 49ers.
Dude, Geno season. It lives.
I still don't think it's Geno's season.
He saved the day.
He did save the day.
He did save the day.
But he also caused a bit of the day being needing saved
right.
in the first
I mean,
place.
you can light the city on fire, but if you put it out too, you're still the hero, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
As long as nobody died.
This division's fucked, by the way.
Oh yeah.
This to me was more about the 49ers like collapsing still. Like it's
it's less them collapsing and more like their parts are breaking, so everything underneath them just keeps having to shift around, and it's not working very well.
Click the video accidentally.
It's full injury. Like half their team isn't playing, and it's tough to watch because you know that fully healthy, they're like one of the best, if not the best teams in the league.
You know, if this team just doesn't want to make the playoffs, that's just, that's fine.
I don't mind that too much.
I don't have any bias in that or anything, but they can skip this year. That's fine.
Well, got good news. Guess who the Packers play next week?
That's right. Honestly, knock them out now. Get them out of
you
there.
have the chance to make them less likely to make the playoffs.
Please,
God. I'm pretty sure they just see this as the NFC Championship game now, so you're
their eyes are going to turn red. We're not in San Francisco, at least, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The Seahawks. I mean, every team in this division still in it, dude. Somehow. So what's their schedule look like? Let's give it a look.
It's a coin flip. This division.
They got Cardinals, Jets, Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, Bears, Rams. Like, it's very doable.
Anyone saying they know who's going to win this division is wrong.
Yeah,
because you don't know.
Yeah,
no one knows.
Yeah,
need a couple more divisional games before we even have any idea.
We might not even know till like the final week.
Yeah,
like when you get like Seahawks, Rams, and stuff like that. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Two shout outs in this game on either side of the ball. One to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who is showing up big time for the Seahawks right now, is Geno's favorite receiver by a long shot. Went 10 for 110 this game, and he has been huge. Jawan Jennings also for the 49ers, all of a sudden having a big year, stepping up in an empty role at the moment for the 49ers offense. So, yeah, they're both having big years.
Speaking of a big year, the Denver Broncos just made their year better.
Okay. Yeah, it's
do your best.
I was the Falcons believer. I was like they're good this year, and this game I looked at it after the week before, and I was like, nah, it's so Jover. Like I'm getting that sense, that feeling that it's all wrong, and they got fucking smushed.
They got creamed, dude. Oh my God, Bo Nix, offensive player of the year / just like solid. Like despite him, like ignore a rookie. This is one of the better quarterbacks in the league right now with the way he's playing. He's had very few like big rookie issues that we usually like would just give him anyway. Like he's not really even showing that.
Season he definitely did. And
but
tough.
Like lately though, like he's been solid.
So it's tough. I don't know what to do. Like if I take it away from her, she'll be sad.
No, don't take it away.
No, don't take it away. She's
having
a great time.
But
it's also
very funny.
It is fun. It's also the Falcons who have now lost to the Broncos, lost to the Saints, barely beat the Cowboys, and they I don't know.
They're in such a good position to win the division because they beat Tampa Bay twice.
Yeah.
Let's look at the rest of their schedule. Okay, the rest of their schedule's well, they have 2 hard games. They have Chargers, Vikings, right?
Yep.
I wouldn't say those are the hardest games you could have.
Yep.
I would say at this point, Chargers is the harder game of the 2.
Especially
and you have
Cousins' revenge game.
And then you have Raiders, Giants, Commanders, Panthers. 3 of those 4 are laughably easy games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you should still win this division. Falcons should still be the favorites, but they got to figure out what the fuck is going on.
It's gonna be a one and done at best right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the fun one's next.
Here we go. The fun one.
It happened.
I called it. Bills beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, it happened. It actually happened.
We have to. I mean, we don't have to, but like, Mahomes looks bad this year. Like, he just doesn't
Don't
look.
get the fuck up this game, dude. He sucked.
This is like confirming everyone's like beliefs that like this Chiefs team is not good. Like, they don't deserve to be 9-0.
Yeah,
this is definitely his worst season he's had.
Yeah,
for
It's
sure.
a bit wishful thinking because he did go 23 of 33 for 3 TDs, but like he made big mistakes and he absolutely failed them in the clutch.
yeah. I mean, what was the interception right off it was like the beginning of the game, right? Like, yeah, just
there were some bad ones too.
Yeah,
and you know, to be fair, they are also the injury bug team for sure.
Yeah,
on offense anyway. But yeah,
we don't have to be nice to them. Fuck them.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't so much trying to be nice, so much trying to be, you know, preventing people in the comments being like, "Well,
no, we don't have to be logical either."
I mean, listen,
yeah, we're sports fans.
Okay, they should be 0-10. They should be 0-10.
We owe that, right?
Like,
They're worse than the Panthers and the Giants.
They've never been good before.
This team,
they're an AFL team,
9-1. You know they're gonna make the playoffs and win games.
No, I'm still saying they're gonna three-peat because this actually the Bills only signed their own fate here of losing in the playoffs to them after winning in the regular season.
Who had the bye last year? It was the Chiefs still, right?
Yeah,
probably.
Okay, so this is really important. Getting them to have to play wild card weekend, I think, is incredibly important.
Yeah.
That's if we want to defeat the evil, that's step one. Put them in the
they
weird
made the
ass
wild card last year.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, the Ravens had the number
they
one
beat
last
the
year.
Dolphins.
You're right.
Oh, right. Okay, well that was basically a bye. Come on.
It was. Yeah.
They did have the bye the week or the year before that though.
Yeah, they had the spiritual bye.
That was
there.
the
No.
negative 30-degree game.
Who do they are currently the 2 seed. Well, no, they're the 1 seed still because they haven't had their bye, or Buffalo hasn't had their bye week yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So assuming Buffalo wins number 1 seed, Chiefs get the 2 seed. Let's just run that by. They would then play the Broncos, which is they've proven that that's not an easy game.
Yeah.
Broncos good defense.
And if the Steelers overtake them and get the 2 seed, then the Chiefs would then play the Chargers.
Chargers or Ravens.
Yeah.
So like
Chiefs Ravens round 1, that would be nutty.
Yeah. I would love that. Oh my God. Please. Yes. Can we do that? Mm-hmm. That would guarantee that the AFC Championship game wouldn't suck for me. Like that, last year sucked so much.
That would be funny.
Get one of those teams out early for me and I can rest so much easier.
Dude, Josh Allen with the big boy run to seal the deal.
Oh my
that was a crazy
God.
Run.
That was just a beast mode fucking get out of my way.
He broke 2 tackles during it. Like
just like Cam Newton.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
a big boy, dude. Like
dude, I've been saying it on the podcast
or
for
some
years.
shit.
That's his mock for me is he's Cam Newton. He's peak Cam Newton. He's like kind of almost better because he's almost a better passer. Yeah.
He's better than Cam Newton, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam Newton, won like 2 MVPs? Was it?
I think so. He made the Super Bowl and lost, but
he did.
Got smushed.
I do think Josh Allen is a bit better at passing. Newton was a little bit better at running, but like I'd rather have a better passer anyway.
But man, that's just talk about just like taking the moment and just deciding your team's gonna win the game. Like that was
I was so happy they went for it. Like you just know if you kick that field goal, you lose the game. Like
they knew that. Finally, they knew. Like we keep talking about this. Is like you gotta understand. It's the Chiefs. If you don't do this now, you don't get another chance. And they finally did it.
And they were rewarded for it.
Yes.
The universe was like, you have broken the curse. You are not stupid.
Even if they had failed that 4th down, I think like you still stand by that without it. Even if you end up going they drive down the field and losing, you still are like, yeah, you know what? We made the right choice there.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs. I mean, you can't take your foot off the gas. People used to make the same mistake to the Patriots all the time. I remember, I remember the Jags game in the playoffs where the Jags were just demolishing the Patriots in the first half, and then they just started running the ball.
As soon as you take your foot off that neck, dude, they're coming right the fuck back up.
28-3. Do we need to?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you just can't. Not with these teams. Not when they're like this, because they'll never stop. They're relentless. You know.
Speaking of taking your foot off the gas, the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Boy. Very good.
Yeah.
I actually feel bad for the Bengals. Like, they have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's having a sensational season, and they're 4-7.
They're still one of the better teams in the league, and they're 4-7. It's insane.
Very weird.
I think their defense just sucks.
Only a good team could have made this a competitive game. Like, they showed that on both sides of the ball, they have the potential to win any game that gets into this kind of situation.
Yeah. Well, not on the defensive side of the ball. Not there. No.
It was 26 minutes. For 26 minutes, the Bengals showed that they have what it takes on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know what. I don't like these kind of seasons that teams have where they play well and then they just lose anyway. Like, it feels bad that exists in the world and happens sometimes.
In fact, that's very Chargers.
It is very Chargers, yeah.
Well, now they have Jim Harbaugh, and I think, at 7-3, right? Well, what are they at?
Yep, 7-3.
I mean, they're here. I think the Chargers are like a team now.
They're ready to lose in the first round.
We got a Chargers. Their schedule's a little bit iffy, especially their next 4 games. But I mean, they got the Ravens. The Harbaugh Bowl is this Monday.
Yep, that's fun.
And then they have the Falcons, which is an easier game than maybe we thought coming up. And then it's Chiefs. It's Chiefs Sunday night. And that game could decide the division, honestly. Like, if the Chiefs drop another game, the Chargers beat them and then finish out winning out, I mean, they're going to take the division. So
I appreciate you attempting to manifest that.
I'm saying it's possible. It's the Chiefs, so I mean, it won't happen, but it's possible.
Right. I mean, dude, I'm still very angry that the Jets didn't give every dollar in Woody Johnson's bank account to Jim Harbaugh to get him to come coach here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of night and day, the difference, right? I mean, with how inconsistent the Chargers have been historically. Now, you did mention earlier, first round knockout with the playoffs. Important to note, last time Jim Harbaugh was in the league, they went to the Super Bowl. Lost, but went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah, but it's the Chargers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it's still Dean Spanos, which is another thing that it amazes me that Harbaugh went there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I guess he wanted to be in LA.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I am still this is the Chargers, but maybe they will finally prove me wrong. Listen, I've been a Chargers believer. I always pick the Chargers every year. I feel like
I have not been.
I know. And you know what? It's probably better that way because they really have not. They would always lose these games, but now they're actually winning them. So maybe it is the Harbaugh effect.
We'll see. I mean, you did win the 1v4 in this pick'em, Rob.
Yeah, I put a lot of stock into good coaching. That it's really important, in my opinion, because I mean, outside of all the other factors, you got to keep in mind with NFL teams, they're mostly made up of very young guys, very young men, Yeah. And when you're talking about strategy, the kind of complicated strategy that it takes to run an offense, a defense, special teams, it's better to have experience in that way. And a lot of those young men are going to end up being coaches, right? They're going to end up being strategic masterminds, right? But it's just right now they need to focus on playing the game, and they don't have that's where the coaches come in. They can put them in the positions to win. And we've seen again and again, when you have that good coach. I mean, Andy Reid coming to Kansas City
and all of a sudden Kansas City is now what they are. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like John Harbaugh for years with the Ravens, with Joe Flacco first, and now with Lamar Jackson, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, all these guys, they make such a huge difference. And it's like a quiet difference because they're not on the field doing the cool things, but they're running the actual game.
You saw Bill's hoodies on the sidelines. I mean, he's
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of good coaching, we have the Dallas Cowboys.
I did also want to shout out Lad McConkey, by the way. We mentioned it, but he's
I mean, they're having a monster year.
Mike McCarthy is still there.
Yep. Mojo moment, baby.
It is the final year of his contract, though, so he probably won't be there for long.
I mean, this team is absolutely cooked, right? Like, there's no window at all.
I don't even know what they do. They need like almost a full. It feels like they need a full teardown.
Yeah, they need a running game. They need an O-line. They need better.
But it's the owner thing again, right? Like,
they
need a new owner. Like, it's a huge problem.
A meme at this point, so it's difficult to take seriously. But it is genuinely like, you have to get rid of Jerry now.
This team should be chanting "sell the team" just like the Jets are. Like, it's
just that their guy's a prophet, so there's no doing that.
Of course not. Yeah.
I mean, they have like a hologram of him in the damn stadium or whatever.
Yeah. And moreover, I think out of all the owners, probably like the Jerry Jones would be defended by the rest of them for sure, because he took that team from like not really that valuable to one of the most valuable in the league. Now, granted that a lot of that has to do with the urban development of Dallas itself, but like, still, he's made them a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, he's also like head of the owners or some whatever they have. So I mean, he's not going anywhere. Until he's dead, it's literally he'll be trying to figure out how to change the Cowboys, going all in.
I mean, and maybe they'll make just an AI of Jerry Jones to keep ruling the team in his death.
That is like it's a joke. Genuinely though, like a thing he probably considered and wants to do.
Probably,
absolutely, probably looking into actively.
Like
I am sure
they will find any excuse to like be like, well, I'm the only one who can do this, and if I die, I need me to do this still. So let me make another me because that's how AI works, and I'm very smart. So then that person can do it. Who's me?
Even if a piece of metal rips Jerry Jones' head off, falling off the roof of AT&T Stadium, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some form of him still running the ship.
Dude, I honestly, like, the extremely wealthy tech billionaires in the world are 100% trying to work on digitized immortality.
No. Apollo tried a gentle like reality jab earlier. You're trying to get a little like sizzling now. No. I want to do my fun football show. I don't want to talk about the billionaires. I don't want to talk about the election. I don't want to talk about the
Cowboys have
cultural zeitgeist.
The Cowboys have fun names like Luke Schoonmaker and Brevin Spann-Ford.
Those are good. I like those.
That last one is not real. You're not going to slip that by me.
It's very football-y.
That was from a Key and Peele sketch.
Ryan Flournoy? All right, that's a joke name from like a Ben Stiller movie in the early 2000s.
And
hey, Ryan Flournoy here.
The one play I want to mention from this game, because it was just the Texans, like Joe Mixon running over him. CJ Stroud actually didn't do that great. He was okay.
Yeah, he's still slumping a little bit.
Yeah. The Cowboys did a fake punt that got blown up so bad.
Yeah.
They snap it, they threw it, and they're like, yo, he caught it. And then he just got rocked and before the first down marker. So it was like a terrible fake punt. And then they got blown out.
Cowboys are bad.
Yep. Those are your games of the week.
Games of the week.
Bauer rankings.
Bowers rankings. Brock Bowers rankings.
Brock Bowers rankings. Top 5, everybody.
The Steelers.
It's the same as last week.
The Steelers, they're in.
No.
It's impossible.
It's the exact same. Same 5.
No.
Holy.
Yeah.
If you tell me the Ravens are still in the top 5,
Ravens are gone.
Okay. All right.
What
So we do it one at a
team
time.
plays
Then?
them?
Rob, you go.
Well, Lions.
Right.
Okay.
I'm pulling up.
I'm going to say Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah, Bills.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Eagles.
Yep. Who's the last
Yep.
one?
Who the fuck? It's not the Vikings, is it?
It's the Vikings.
What are you talking about, Ed?
No.
What the fuck are you talking about, Ed?
I mean, they're winning. They're on a
He
winning
doesn't
streak.
watch the games. He
just
doesn't
guessed.
watch the games.
I
Folks.
mean, they're winning.
The
and
Vikings
maybe
struggled to beat the Titans, the Jaguars, the Colts.
Yeah,
They
they've looked
struggled
pretty
against
bad.
all three of these teams.
They've looked
Ed,
very
what
bad in
the
the
fuck are you
Jags game.
doing, Ed?
but they did win.
I'm
just
the
saying.
ultimate fucking pessimist about the Steelers, and I'm enraged over this.
You'll get
You
your
are
shot next week.
shitting me with this.
We've had 6 thinnest dinks.
What the fuck?
I'm not done with this yet. This is ridiculous. Like,
I'm gonna make a firmly
I'm
worded
coming
letter.
after the Vikings now. Vikings, I actually like your team, but this is necessary. Let's look at the Vikings wins this whole fucking year, because it's actually not that impressive if we think about it. It's the Giants, it's the Jets, okay, it's the Packers, which okay, I'll give you the Packers. That's a good one. And then Texans, Niners, which Texans and Niners not looking that hot anymore. None of those wins aren't looking as impressive. And that's really it. And then it's the Colts, Jags, Titans. That's not even that. What are you talking about?
We're all with you, right? I think we're all on the same team here.
I'm all
I'm
aboard
really
any type
mad
of
about
Vikings
it.
hate.
Yeah, I'm not fully on board. I think a lot of those teams are pretty decent. Even the Colts.
Lot?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're,
lot?
I think the Niners are still not terrible. I think the Packers certainly weren't, but and
Okay,
the
so
Texans
that's-
too.
That's 3. Is that a lot?
Well, they also the way that they lost to the Lions, 31-29. That's impressive. They lost to the Rams too, and only and that was
like the injured Rams, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah. I don't think. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cooper Kupp was playing.
I'm sorry, but again, the previous 2 power rankings are up to date rankings, as in
Cooper
this
Kupp's
week,
playing.
right?
Yeah.
And the Lions just beat the Jags 52-6. Okay, the Vikings did it 12-7. That's so much worse.
Dude, I didn't actually believe him when he said that the Steelers were a good team earlier, but this has sold me. Like, he thinks that Pittsburgh's actually like a really good team now.
Again, outside of my pessimistic nature, this is just one of the most absurd rankings Ed has ever done. This is ridiculous.
I will say the
Edmund.
Steelers can't score touchdowns. They just kick field goals.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, they scored lots of touchdowns against the Commanders.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. Well, yeah.
Well, this is all we have to do to get you to bring out the bright side. Just piss you off.
This has sent me this one because I would rank the Ravens over the Vikings right now.
I
as
would
well.
too.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
would too.
It's a ridiculous ranking. The Chargers
Right.
should be above the Vikings.
Anyway, we got
think
6
that's
fucking thinnest dinks somehow.
6
Yeah,
teams
that's
rose
absurd.
2 spots. Name them.
Oh well,
Two
it's only
spots.
2 spots.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Nope.
No? What the fuck?
Minnesota. That means that Minnesota was 6th before.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Give me Denver.
Rams.
Yes to both.
Nice.
Okay.
The
Ooh,
Bills.
Nope.
Oh,
Colts.
they were 2, so they went
Colts,
to
yep.
1 probably, right?
Oh,
Oh, the Lions are still 1. Oh, Bills would have went to 2, not 1, right?
Miami.
Yep. 2 more.
That's a good
Yeah.
Packers.
Nope.
Mm.
one.
We got 4.
Oh,
We need 2.
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yep. 1 more.
And
Texans.
Nope.
it might have been a bye week team.
It could have been.
Correct.
Oh, he could be. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it
okay.
is. Fuck.
Oh, I have no idea then. It could have been
I
anybody.
don't even know who the bye week teams were this week.
Yeah.
It was like
Uh,
Commanders, Bucks.
Oh, Bucks.
Oh, was
It
it the
is
Bucks?
The Bucks.
It's the Bucks.
Now we had 5 fat doinks falling 3 spots each.
Oh my god, Ed, come on.
Ed, you're
Ed's
killing
he's
me.
phoning it in, man.
Help
Like
us out here, dude.
I was just, you know what my guesses were? I was looking at the win one streak teams, and
it's going to be a lot of the lose one streak teams.
Yes,
100%.
Well. I'm going to say it's the Niners.
Yep.
Okay.
The Falcons.
Yep.
Okay.
The Ravens.
Yep.
This is going well. Keep going.
The Commanders did play this week. The Commanders.
Bengals. Yep. Commanders. Nope.
Oh.
The Bears.
It is the Bears.
Yeah.
You got them.
I'm still fucking zoinked from that
Phoning
fucking
it in,
Vikings
Ed.
ranking, man. I can't focus right now.
There were a lot of thin dinks and fat doinks, but how many teams didn't change rank at all?
Oh.
5.
Yeah, I was also going to say 5. I'm going to stick with 5.
I'm going to say 32.
Wow.
Close.
Yeah.
9.
Oh, I win.
Almost got a wrap.
No, that's not.
right.
Yeah,
That's how that works. Sorry.
Yep.
There's only one team with a winning record in the bottom half of the power rankings. Who are they?
Oh, wow.
Wait, say that again. I
there's
totally
one
didn't
team
pay
with
attention.
a winning record in the bottom half of the
Falcons.
rankings.
It is the Falcons. You
Oh,
got
yeah,
it.
that's got to be it.
That'll do it.
Which losing record team is the highest?
Oh, Bengals.
Nope.
No?
Ooh, Saints?
Nope.
It better not be the Colts.
Nope.
Dolphins?
Nope.
Bucks.
What the
Yep.
fuck?
The
Okay.
Bucks.
Buccaneers at 14.
The Bucks.
At 14. Okay.
Falcons were 17. What
Okay.
team is Ed describing when he says that has become the theme of the season? Close, painful losses caused by self-inflicted wounds.
Oh, that has to be the Bengals.
It is the Bengals. You got it.
That's their season in a nutshell, for sure.
That was bait for the Bears, but it was the
Yeah.
Bengals.
Yeah.
That's your power ranking.
Power
ranking, Ed head home.
Fuck you, Ed. I'm
Yeah.
not. You
You're
don't.
not even inducing sound effects. Damn.
That shit pissed me off, man.
Edmund Holmes.
It's an objectively bad ranking. Like, it is.
Pick 'em stats.
What do we do now? Oh, yeah, pick 'em stats.
Pick'em
stats. Bad week for me, 8-7, along with Master Profit. Rob 12-3, Bear 10-5, Paulo 9-6, Randy 11-4. Amazing week.
Woo, Randy.
Discord 9-6. Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
First time podcast anyone is locked against the Chiefs in the regular season. Streak span 106 Chiefs games. 599 locks were made against other teams. Bear comes the first to lock against every team at least once in his career. Sans Randy.
I'm pretty proud of that one. That one feels good. I'm going to put that one up on the fridge.
I wonder if anyone else, if any of us are also one away from locking.
Probably.
Like if we lock against the Chiefs, we would be
I don't know.
joining.
Well, so I was just thinking about this. For the whole scope of the podcast, the Chiefs have never been lockable against.
Well, they've never been locked against. Yeah, apparently.
I mean, they've
Well,
won
I'm
a
just
lot.
thinking about. I know, yeah, but I mean, like, did the podcast start? Was Alex Smith still playing when we started?
It was Mahomes' first year, I believe, and he
wow.
went insane. So yeah.
So all we've known through the course of this show is Mahomes.
Yep.
That's wild.
Eagle Eyes. Apollo's picked the Eagles for 15 straight games, his longest pick streak ever. Still far from the longest, held by Krendor and the Packers at 54.
Yeah, that's gonna stay for a bit.
That's gonna stay.
Yeah,
for
that's
a
gonna
while,
be hard to beat.
Yeah.
King in the Castle 2.
King in the Castle.
Rob is now 32-6, 84% the season, predicting games featuring a starting rookie quarterback. He's gone 21-2, 91% since the stat appeared in week 5 of bonus stats.
That's nuts.
That's I like to see that. I also love all the art, by the way, so far.
Always do.
Continuing to kill it.
Yep.
Oddly satisfying. Krendor's done much better predicting games played on odd number dates than even. 53% odd, 64%.
God, that's an
64%
extremely
odd,
Krendor
50%
stat,
even.
dude.
That is
Yeah.
very
Such a Krendor stat.
That is pretty
It
funny. And dissident assistants. ACs fall to 1-14 in 1v4s against the host this season. Discord has yet to pick any 1v4 this year. Last year they picked 7 and were 4-3.
Discord.
I also want to mention that I continue to defeat democracy, and it feels good.
Yeah, Rob, all the way at the top, above 70% there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
I'm feeling good.
And Randy's on the rise.
Just a quick FYI for the people that might be interested in this too. Pixel is over on Blue Sky now. If you're looking to find these bonus stats, and if you use Twitter for that before, he's made a new account over there now. If you want to follow him,
I will link it in the description.
And I've actually, since the account is gone, I've lost like half the posts on my Twitter for the past.
That was all you ever retweeted for like 4 years.
I gotta start posting again.
Yeah.
In fantasy, because we're done with technical stats. Fantasy, I beat Rob. As I mentioned earlier, I am now 6-5, tied with Rob and Apollo.
Yep. I had a big week. I beat the number 1 seed this week because he finally didn't score 150 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that bumps Bear up to 3rd place at 7-4. KJ at 8-3, and Master Prophet at 8-3 up top at the 1-2.
Yep. He's reachable all of a sudden.
Yeah. So we're looking good.
We're all in the playoffs right now, man. I'm excited.
I also want to say that if I hadn't played Krendor, I could have beaten almost everyone in the league
that's
except for
Apollo.
Apollo.
Hey, that's been me like every loss I've had. It's fucking awful.
It's fun. Yeah.
Me and Krendor, continuing the streak, still have the 2 highest points against. I don't know if we're going to relinquish that stat, to be honest.
Y'all have it by a good margin.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good, though. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I like my team, man. I feel like we got a shot.
I feel solid too, despite my loss. I mean, I had the win on the bench, so if I was better at fantasy,
that's usually how I feel about it. It's I wish I made better choices.
I didn't realize there's rematches. I actually play Bear again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big week, dude.
I'm very happy this week. Lions play the Colts for Goff Montgomery. Robinson plays Dallas. Kelsey plays the Panthers. This will be a good week.
Yes.
Fantasy.
Oh,
Pick'ems.
come on. Come on. Where's the
Sorry.
I got a DM right when we did the pick. I just got super distracted. I'm sorry.
I did my part, damn it.
It would be funny if we were just like we should have just did the one where it was like pick'ems.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah.
So I'm a little low energy. Remember when I said I have a stomach? That was real. That wasn't a joke.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I also have a stomach.
Shout out to our assistant coach of the week, who I believe I mispronounced last time. Choa's Night, I want to say is how you say that. Who currently is 10-0 predicting the Titans this year, which is pretty impressive to me.
Wow.
You can be featured on the show with your pick'ems if you support us over on Patreon. Just search 3 Guys and a Bear. Just follow the link down in the YouTube description, and you can pledge to the assistant coach. Hook up your Discord and be selected for future assistant coaches of the week.
What a deal.
Yeah. Thank you again, by the way, to all the patrons. Seriously.
Steelers, Browns.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're going to run another test. I'm going to lock the Steelers.
Wow.
Because they almost always lose when I lock them. So I'm going to do it just to make sure that's not a real magic thing.
Right.
Because this is a normal lock, right? Like they should win easily.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's divisional and it's the Browns at home, but every other metric is like heavily Steelers. So yeah.
Yeah,
I want to say that one of my I list this as an accomplishment, as that over the course of the podcast we've bullied Apollo into believing in magic, and I like that.
I agree with that completely.
I'm also gonna take the Steelers.
Same. That's a Steelers sweep. AC also takes the Steelers.
Titans, Texans.
This honestly also feels lockable. And I know it's also a divisional game, but this is, again, Choa is 10-0 in Titans games and goes for Texans here.
Yeah, I mean, you go 10-0 in Titans games by picking against the Titans for 8 of those games. So
but still, you gotta know.
I mean, knowing the ones that they win,
it's hard, man. Yeah. I will take Texans for sure.
Yeah,
Texans.
Who did the Titans beat? Probably like the Jags and one other team. I'm gonna check. I want to check. They beat the Patriots and
God, Dolphins. Right?
Yep.
Oh, but the Dolphins were dead when they played them, so that makes sense.
Vikings, Bears.
Vikings.
This is a Vikings lock from RAC.
Wow.
This now comes back around to me shitting on the
could win this.
I'm back on my Vikings hate train, which I never was on, but Ed Edholm forced my hand.
Threw you on it.
I'm still gonna take the Vikings though.
I'm taking the Vikings because I think the Bears are beyond demoralized. I don't think you can come back from Hail Mary loss into block field goal loss.
It's bad.
It's
and they got true believers on the Vikings right now for sure. Like no one is like winning the games and being like we could be like I'm sure they're like we could be better, but they're not like demoralized like you're saying like the Bears are. No.
Yeah, I agree. Also going Vikings.
Cowboys, Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah, Commander.
Commander sweep.
Patriots, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
This is the bye week apocalypse week, by the way. There's like no games this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dolphins. I almost went Patriots.
I mean, look, it's divisional. It's divisional. It is possible. And Gerard Mayo, in fairness, like I don't know what his record currently is against the division, but I would think a guy like him, as far as coaching goes, he would have a significant advantage against all the teams in this division because I mean he's played against them for years, and now he's coaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, he's currently 1-1.
Okay.
Sorry, 1-2 in divisional games. Having
that's not great.
Lost twice, lost to the Dolphins and Jets, one each.
Okay.
Yeah, the Dolphins beat the Pats 15-10 on the 6th, and
close.
I'm pretty sure
that's
Miami's
close. Yeah. Again. I mean that was before the Pats had Drake May starting, right?
I think so.
That's true. This is Miami at home though, which is
they've
got a significant buff there against the Pats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miami for me.
Yeah,
same for RAC.
Chiefs, Panthers.
Got to be the Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah,
Chiefs.
Come on, man. This is a lockable game.
Yeah,
it is.
Especially you're gonna be so pissed after last week.
Yeah. Yeah, Mahomes is gonna be furious. Apollo, did you
like
thinking about it?
It would be fun. It would be fun.
A lot of fun.
Because I feel like I make one of these picks every year where it's just like this is the dumbest pick of all time, and it works. Like I get my one. I don't think I've had my one this year yet.
I got my one last week with the Bills. So
the Bills were favored to win. Come on.
Y'all didn't pick them.
I mean, I just didn't want to be. I was
the Bills too. I was dead set.
I depression picked the Chiefs. Like that was.
I honestly picked the Chiefs on the basis of magic solely. If I'm being honest.
So I want to look at one thing.
Beat them and then lose in the playoffs. That was my prediction.
Yeah.
I want to look at one thing to see if this is even a reasonable stupid thing.
What you looking
at?
All right.
I'm just looking at the Panthers' most recent games.
Bryce Young unlocking.
Yeah, okay. I gotta pick the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, this is Bryce Young.
I was hoping that of their last, because they're on a 2-game win streak, so I was hoping that one of those games would look even a little bit impressive, but it's Giants Saints. No.
Yeah.
Buccaneers, Giants.
Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks.
It's hard to.
It's an easy week.
Yeah, it's gonna be boring. Lions lock.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm locking these Lions every week if I can until they lose.
Honestly,
They're on
fucking
fire.
Broncos,
Lions
Raiders.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos sweep.
Seahawks. There's a game.
There's a fun one. Okay.
I think I'll go Cardinals.
I'll take the 1v4 if everybody goes cards here. I'll go that route with it.
I don't know.
Wait, is it Bristol Broncos Raiders? Sorry, I'm like in an important DM conversation around Pick'em started, so I'm all fucking thrown.
We did.
Broncos Raiders. Yeah, we assume you're going Broncos.
Yeah. Broncos.
Right.
Cardinals Seahawks.
I can't get the cards right, so I'll pick them, and now they're gonna lose.
Oh, sweet. I'll go Seahawks then.
My instinct was cards. I'll go cards.
AC also cards.
49ers Packers. I will go Packers.
You're doing it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Yeah, my instinct was Niners actually
It's
here.
fair enough.
But they're not good this year, though.
I'll go with you, Coach. I'll go Pack.
Hey.
I'm gonna look up the record. Oh God, it's like tied.
Oh, the Packers 49ers, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like an outside rivalry, you know.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It's one of the few tough ones this week.
Yeah.
AC also went 49ers for what it's worth.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go the Niners. Why not? I said,
All right.
okay.
Eagles, Rams.
Eagles.
I'm gonna go Eagles too. Yeah.
I'm thinking about this one, dude.
Dude, give me the Rams. I don't know. Every time I pick up an upset, I get fucked. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Like I'm kind of all in on at least still maintaining some semblance of upset picks.
I mean, you could definitely. I mean, the Rams are definitely the kind of team that can win this
Yeah,
game,
I think
I'm gonna take the Rams so I can cheer for Cooper Kupp on my fantasy team.
There you go.
fair.
yeah.
Ravens,
And our
Chargers.
AC also went Rams.
I'm gonna keep picking the Ravens again, just because it makes me feel better when they win a little bit.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens because I think the Chargers are bad.
You think they're bad?
I think they're bad. I still think they're bad.
We'll
see.
Also gonna take the Ravens.
All right. I'm gonna.
Rob, this is your chance. You keep talking about.
This is my gut. My gut was Chargers here, I know. Honestly, I think it's stupid because I don't think the Ravens lose 2 in a row, and I don't think the Chargers are good enough to beat a pissed off
better
Ravens team. Yeah.
Well, hey,
I mean,
the Ravens' 2 losses, I think, were in a row this year. So.
Well, that was at the beginning of the year too. Though.
True.
Yeah. I mean,
Who
I don't
the fuck
know.
is
For
the
whather
Ravens'
reason, that was my
4th
gut.
loss?
So I'll go with my gut.
All right, I like it. That's a strong 1v4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock the Texans.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll lock the Chiefs.
Sure.
That's
safe.
a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Randy.
Randy.
Randy goes Browns.
Oh God, fuck you, Randy. I don't even care about the rest of this pick.
Titans. Bears.
Yeah, you deserve it. Yeah, you deserve it.
Cowboys.
Goddamn idiot, Randy.
Patriots.
Stupid ass Randy picking every wrong game.
Chiefs.
All right, fine.
He picked the wrong game.
Buccaneers.
Oh goddamn, he's picking against me.
He did Buccaneers. He did Lions.
Yep.
Raiders. Cardinals.
Okay.
49ers.
Okay.
Eagles.
What about Rams, Randy?
Ravens. And he locks.
He's gonna lock the Bears.
8, 10, 12. He locks the Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Picking against me twice, Randy, huh? On the important games.
Well, there it
I like that.
is. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Patreon.
Thank you,
And-
patrons.
Thank you, patrons.
Seriously, thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.